Hi everybody, it's Linda. I wanted to give you a quick update. I know that I'm a little late, but it's been a crazy week and a crazy weekend, and this is the first chance that I've had and been in the house semi by myself. My husband's working upstairs to be able to do it. So let me give you my stats and then I'll tell you the story, because there's always a story, right? Nothing's ever like, oh, that was a great relaxing week and nothing happened. Not in my life lately. Okay, so last week I was 170.4 on my 1 week post vacation after I gained about like 2 pounds while I was on vacation. So this week I am 169.6 and I will take it. It is not the lowest I've ever been, but I'm happy to be moving in a downward trend and excited to be back on track. And that was a loss of 0.8 pounds. So just to back up a little bit, I had my VSG surgery at the hospital of the University of Pennsylvania on May 17th, 2019 with Dr. Dumont from Penn Bariatrics. And my starting weight was 217 when I started the program, and my surgery weight was 201.1. So since my starting weight, this is a loss of 47.4 pounds. So I'm really close to 50. And I'm excited. Next week is going to be my 6 months, and I was hoping to make 50 total loss by then, but I think I haven't had a loss of like 2 whatever, point whatever pounds in a long time, so I'm probably not going to make that, but we're going to try to keep moving in the downward trend. I think that's the most important thing, to get back on track and start losing every week as much as I can. On a side note, Halloween sucks. Halloween's awful. And I'm a chocoholic, and there's some good chocolate in this house right now. We took the kids to our friend's neighborhood, and they have it's like a townhome community of a lot of young people. Like my block, we are the youngest people on the block, and there's no other kids my kids' age. So not that the people don't hand out candy, but it's kind of spread out. And in an hour, my kids were able to get like one of those whole pumpkins fulls. Each of them got that. And we dumped it into another bag, and then they like refilled it again. It's insane. Oh, I just had a cup of tea, so my face is really hot, red. Sorry about that. Anything hot, spicy, or if I had wine, my face gets like beet red from my rosacea. So this weekend, story time, was my husband's 50th birthday on Friday. And I had asked my mom if she could come and babysit, and she said yes. So we had plans where we were going to go. And pretty much right when she left the house, we got a call from the home care people taking care of my father-in-law to say that he had fallen and that he was okay, but the neighbors down the street, they went and they got them to help him up. And so we were like, okay, and we thought we were going ahead. My mom's on her way, and then we get another call saying that he just fell again. And so we were worried that something else was going on besides just he slipped. And so we ditched the whole night, and my husband drove up there and took him to the ER. And luckily he's okay. He did have like a fracture in his neck, but he wasn't in pain, so we're not sure what's going on there. But he stayed with him in the hospital through Saturday. And Saturday, we had planned a party with our friends for my husband's birthday. And I basically got ready for the party with help of my kids, did all the cooking and everything, except for the heavy stuff that I really couldn't move without hurting myself. And my husband got home around 3, and the party started at 5. So luckily he was able to make the party, but we really were going ahead blind, not knowing if he was going to make it or not. Sorry, I gotta move. It was kind of stressful. I don't have any fingernails left. And I get a phone call right in the middle of my story. How rude. So anyway, yeah, I kind of bit all my fingernails off, and now I have to grow them all back. It's an anxiety thing, but I have been really good for a long time and not doing that anymore. And I'm just like, oh, what a bummer. But, you know, as long as I stay away from the chocolate, I'm good, which hasn't been so easy. So I'm glad I didn't gain this week. I've been trying to go to the gym. I got to my chair yoga today, and that class is so great for relaxing me and stretching out like all my stiffness from my fibromyalgia. It is awesome. And what else is going on? Oh, I did some new meals. I've been trying to do 1 or 2 new meals each week. And last week I did stuffed portobello mushrooms. Erica from Time to Shrink had posted a recipe a long time ago, and it had sausage in it. And instead of sausage, I did crab meat and mixed it all together with some spinach and cream cheese, and it was really good. My husband liked it a lot. And I added a lot of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of Old Bay to give it some flavor. And then, so we had that for a couple of days. The thing was, the portobellos are like, they're like this big, and there's no way. I mean, there's no way I could eat the whole thing. So I had half, and then I had half the next day for lunch. But it's sad when you make something really good and you start to eat it, and then you're done before you know it. And you're just like, I really wanted to eat more of that. And you can't. You just can't. What was the other thing I made? Did I write it down? I did a couple other recipes and I meal prepped them. Oh, I made one for the party the other night. There was a keto taco soup recipe that I had written down from like a live Facebook page. Somebody did like a live video, and I wrote it down, and then I added some things to it. So I'll do a video about that because it was a big hit. And there's ways you can up the spice level or not, depending on what you want to do, and ways you can make it keto or not, depending on, you know, what diet you're doing. So I was like, yeah, really came out well, and I was excited. So I really don't think much about my stomach and how noisy it is, and I just don't notice it because I work from home and I'm in my office. And my husband's stomach, I named a long time ago. I named it Quado, like Total Recall, the thing that comes out of that lives in the guy's stomach. I named my husband's stomach that a long time ago. So my stomach, comparatively, in my mind, is a lot more quiet than his on a good day. And I had a client over the other day who placed an order for their album, and I ate a protein bar right before they got there. And she's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Oh no, I just ate a protein bar." But we had like an hour meeting, and it was still like the whole time. She said something twice about my stomach. Just like, I don't even notice it. It doesn't even bother me. The only time it bothers me is when it like comes out of my mouth, where you like open your mouth and then it's like, but I was like, oh, I guess it is kind of loud now. I didn't really, oops. Well, they'll have to deal because there's nothing I can do about it. So I have something going on with me with my photography. I want to be done. I want to be over, and I'm not over. I actually thought I'd be wrapping up my business at the end of this year, and I still have like 8 or 9 people who haven't placed their order. And honestly, unless I would have really worked full time at doing these album designs, I didn't want to like, the whole idea of taking the year off is me being able to go to physical therapy, me being able to exercise and do those things, and me taking a break and giving myself that like room to breathe and not be stressed out all the time. So I kind of, at first I was estimating 1 album design every 3 weeks, and then I found that wasn't enough. Like, it was still too fast paced. So I made it every 4 weeks, and that's been better. There's been a couple of times things have come up that I've had to bump it, but it's more manageable, and I feel like I'm not like, I can't go to the gym because I have to work on this. And that's not the whole idea of having a hiatus, right? But now I still have like 8 or 9 left, and people are placing their order, which is great. I've got 2 in the works right now, and I know other people are working on theirs. But in my mind, I want to be done. Anyway, it's just something about it, I guess, because in my mind, I'm like, this isn't going to work for me. This isn't going to work for my health. This isn't going to work for stress and anxiety in my life. And I've made that decision in my head, but I can't I had to wind down for a year of shooting because I contracted people out for a year. So this is going to be a 3-year wind down of my business. There's a lot of people who could just quit a job and be gone in like 2 weeks, and I have to wind it down for 3 years. And I guess you could do something else, but it wouldn't be right, whatever you did. And I want to make sure I fulfill my contracts to my customers. And that's just the best way to do it. And I honestly didn't know how I would feel about it halfway through the year, that I might have gone back to doing it in 2020, but I feel way better. I was thinking today that it's probably like a 50% difference in my pain level to what I was going through last year while I was shooting, while I was overweight. And now that I'm able to like build some strength in my legs, and I got to work on my back, and just all the things I'm doing are helping in every little way. Losing the weight, changing my habits, not doing that job that was really causing everything to get inflamed again and again. And so all these changes are coming together, and I don't want to mess that up. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, my husband makes a decent amount of money that we can manage, and I'd rather cut back in places and budget than be paying doctor's bills and be in pain and be on the couch that I can't interact with my kids because I'm so exhausted. And every once in a while I still take a nap. I still get really worn out, or I have days where I'm just not feeling well, but comparatively to what it was, it's at least half. So that makes the surgery worthwhile a million times. I think I'm really going to have to up the amount of time I'm spending at the gym or walking or being active, because if I want the scale to keep going, I can definitely feel this is a weight that my body is comfortable at, and to get below it, I'm going to have to work. It's just going to have to happen. It's just, I think for me, eating really, really low amounts of calories is going to be hard because I have this hunger thing that I've had since the beginning. And I also have, it's not just hunger, it's head hunger. And I don't know what that is, but there's something that, we all have issues that we're working on, and it's something about snacking and munching and always have something like that going on. And it's a problem for me just to go 3 hours without eating at all. It's very odd for me, and it's uncomfortable. And I know it's a space I have to try to get in, or if I do it, that I have to snack on something a lot more healthy. So I'm trying to really manage, am I hungry and I'm not hungry, time things so that I wait a longer period between eating. I'm not good at it, especially at night. It's trouble. So I'd like to say I have a plan for this week, but my plan is just to go to the gym every other day and to get through the week without the bottom dropping out and something crazy happening. I really do want to go to my support group with my bariatric center. I had planned to go last month, and then it was again last minute emergency, and my husband had to drive up to his dad's house. So he thinks that tomorrow, which is when it is, that he might have to go up there again. So I've made an arrangement with my mom to hopefully pick the kids up, because the support group is at 5 o'clock and I would have to leave before picking them up. So hopefully she can pick the kids up. And, I have 2 meetings. I have a PTC meeting and this meeting. I really need to go. I just really need to get in that good headspace again, where maybe they give me 1 or 2 things to work on and think about, and encouragement, and I just feel like it's something that I need, even though I'm not, I shouldn't be beating myself up about the weight that I'm at, but I don't want to waste my year. The first 6 months are the most effective, and then it gets harder and harder. And this is the time I'm supposed to be working this to its advantage. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling with all the temptations. I'm struggling with everything, with managing life and managing your diet and just changing things, especially activity level. And I just feel like I need to talk to people that understand and see what I can get out of that. So I'm trying to rearrange so I can go tomorrow. And so I want to work on the exercise every other day if possible, and then also not freaking out when the next crazy thing happens, because right now it's going to happen no matter what we do. And that's it. I mean, I don't want to gain next week. That's my goal, to lose some more. And it doesn't have to be 3 pounds. It's just like, if I keep moving in the right direction, that's okay with me. So I hope you're all having a good week. Let me know how you're doing. I know some people had their surgery recently. Let me know how that went, or what other struggles you're going through. Thanks so much for listening. And when I do those recipes, those new recipes, again, I'm going to film it because I think you'll really like that taco soup. I still have a bunch of leftovers of it though, but so the next round I'll record it. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.